Everyone. This one is just really for my voice students. I wanted to show you some aspects of Google Translate that you may not have known about that will help you when working with song texts, especially ones that are less common, where you might not be able to find a word-by-word translation that's already been made for you. So as you probably know, you can take a foreign text and paste it into Google Translate. Um, and it will give you a translation into English over on the right. And these translations are getting better all the time. They're really sometimes very good. And that's probably for a number of reasons. But not only can you do that, if you see that if I hover my mouse over a sentence of the translation, I can click on that and it will show me different translations for that phrase. So it says that I can translate über allen Gipfeln as above all peaks or above all summits. And it also has improved this translation, which is, I think, how they're getting such good translations for some of these things, is that people are going in and doing that, especially for probably common texts, including common song texts like this one. So you probably knew all of that already. Obviously, they're not always perfect. I mean, istru is not a translation of istru. That's just the same thing. But there is a really useful other thing that you may not have known about, which is that if you highlight a word in the original language, it will show you the word, it will give you a pronunciation of that word.
Über.
And you should recognize that the pronunciation that you hear is a spoken pronunciation, and it may not always be the way you would sing it. For example, in German, we generally roll our R's in the front and not the back. And so you'll hear, for example, if we do Ru, right, you hear how she did the R in the back, but you're going to want to do that with just a regular rolled R in the front when you sing it. Otherwise, you'll sound like a cabaret singer. Unless you want to be a cabaret singer, in which case, go for it. But then the really cool thing, I think, is that then it shows you the ranked translations of that word as they show up in Google Translate. And so when a word has multiple meanings, you can really see a lot of the multiple meanings that are options for you. And so that'll really help you understand even better than just a word-by-word translation, the fact that each word has nuance. So I wonder if there's a good word in this poem that would be, I just think schweigen is such a great word because we don't really have a word for it in English. There's no word that translates it very well. To stay silent or to become silent, to be actively quiet. And you can kind of see that from these different translations. So that helps you, it really helps you understand the text on a deeper level. So I hope that you'll use this when you're exploring your song texts so that you really understand the nuances of the language in a deeper way. And obviously there's no substitute for speaking to someone about it who is a native speaker of that language and who has a sense of poetry. But this will really take you a long way to getting there on your own. So use this tool. It's great. And
Schweigen.
And you get pronunciations in the process. So I hope you use this, and I'll keep trying to send you more videos of helpful hints.